Alright. And the cycle repeats itself. Wake up. Well, actually, I guess today was a little funky. had some classes. My whole little bit got thrown off. But this morning, waking up, instead of doing my cardio before class, I hit my alarm, turned it off, and like a fool, I went back to bed instead of staying awake. So instead of doing my cardio before class, I woke up like 15 minutes before I had to leave. So I'm like, what are you going to do? So had my first class, had my second class, had my third class, did some cardio. Fourth class is canceled today because professor's out on a little holiday, a little road trip. So I'd say there's a difference between skipping cardio and not doing cardio at all. Yeah. But nothing wrong with moving the cardio time, right? As long as you're doing it. You know, if you do your cardio even every other day, probably relatively similar results to every day. I mean, not as good, but not super far off. But so, to not do cardio at all, that's even worse. So, you know, class, random responsibilities I gotta deal with, and then there should be like a specific time where you go, let's put the gym clothes on, let's freaking roll. And ideally, regardless of, you know, whatever freaking stuff you've been dealing with or not dealing with that day, just try to translate it into hyping yourself up for a freaking back day. And now I get to lift. You know, in certain situations when you're just like angry, you know, you're just pissed about something, whatever, you insert it into your situation. You know, come on. You know, the enlightened lifter could convert any external factors into internal motivation, hype. You know, that's the freaking real way to go about it. Because you can take anything. You can say, oh, they ran out of ketchup this morning in the dining hall. Come on. You know. But, what percentage of your days, you know, are you going in the gym and actually fired up every single time? If you can take responsibility and, you know, take responsibility for... Where was I going with that? I don't remember. But anyway, I'm always trying to be hyped up. I'm always trying to make, you know, my lift my number one priority in my day. So, oh, there's a hole in my shoe. Time for new shoes. Yeah. Mom, please buy me new shoes. It's fine. That's not urgent. You know what is urgent is this freaking back day. So, apart from just generalized lifting vibes, what are we about to freaking do? Back, rear delts, some calves at the end. Quick 3-4 sets. I feel like I want to recreate last back day. Last back day was really good, where I started out with heavy pull downs, did some of those like on the bench, laying on the bench with those pull things, pulling the shoulder blades together. Something about that was good. And then go into the chest supported row. Yeah, that was good. But come on, you got to see where you feel. You know, say I do a couple sets of lat pull downs for my warm up. You know, warming up my lats, my traps, my, you know, forearms, you know, warming stuff up on the cables, and, you know, maybe I have something that I need to alter. As you know, before chest, I'm warming up my triceps, my chest, my shoulders, my rotator cuff, front delts, so, you know, you gotta warm up the things that you're not even necessarily hitting. And, you know, you can tweak your form if it's not necessarily going around, but if you need to alternate something, You know, if you cultivate poor technique and not being warm, like not being warmed up, you're just asking for injury. So, not on my watch. Not on my watch. I know there's your lats and your traps and your teres major and your rhomboids and blah, blah. Your back is pretty complicated. But when you do some rows, you're hitting most of your mid and upper back, plus a little bit of your lats. When you do pull downs, it's pretty lat biased based on your form. That's what I've been doing, fixing my form, because I kind of did I used to do which is that just not rows. So now I'm like, sorry, I look stupid right now. Anyway, that little kind of squeeze. I like that movement where you're just kind of targeting kind of just specific area of the back at times, where you're like upper back, mid back, lats. That's pretty much all you got to work with. In terms of upper back, like direct trap work, I haven't really done too much in a while. Because my traps they're pretty decent. Like, I don't need to hyper fixate on them. I feel more I feel more focused on my mid delts and rear delts. I heard a dude call them mid delts the other day, so now I'm saying mid delts, because I always call them lateral delts, or side delts. I call them side delts, just the medial head. But I guess they're called mid delts because it's the medial head. But whatever I was saying there. So anyway, I guess we'll hit back. Yeah, I'm getting a little too complicated with it, but we'll see what gets done. I'll go there. I'll get a warm up in on the cables, and let's jump to first set of pull downs. I know I'm definitely going to start with pull downs. All right, cool. All right, my mic is on. It is. Cool. Good for 3 sets here. Weight might be too heavy. I don't know. It's a different stack. I'm gonna go for 6 to 12. Let's see. We'll see if I need the wraps. Okay. That was good. 2 more of those, but I'm gonna pop out the wrist wraps. One more of those. That felt good. Let's do something else. Okay.
let's do a couple things here. Okay, switch. Okay, two more of those. Switch. One more of those. Whew. Okay, switch. Whew. Almost there. Alright, let's do some rear delts. Alright, hopefully this collar works a little better. I kind of ripped the other one. Anyway, do like 2 sets here, go over to chest body row, do 1 there, and then come back here and finish up. Okay. Okay. Switch. Okay. 1 more of those. And then we'll go there, come back. Yeah. Okay. Switch. Get ready because I feel like I'm not going to be able to push this hard. Lord, I wish I had carbs in me right now. Okay. Oh, pretty pumped here. I'm gonna go to chest supported row and then come back. Alright. Okay. I have the mount set up a little weird. Let's go ahead and do a quick set here. Wise? Bro. Let's go back to rear delts and then come back here for 2 more. I did not film that set of rear delts because I felt awkward about setting up the camera. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 2 more sets. That's the plan. Is that last set? Is this? Oh.
Okay. Alright. Do one more of those.
One more set here. Yeah, one more set here. I just superset with one set of cable crunch. So that means we have 2 more cable crunch. And then I just have like one more lat exercise. We're done. The camera's off. I'm gonna adjust it. I'm so OCD. Hopefully the mic's working. I didn't check. But whew. Ha cha cha cha. Let's go. Okay. Come on. Okay. Let's go do another set of abs, and then we'll do lats, and we'll be done. Alright. 2 more sets here. Okay. One more of those. Alright. Let's finish up with 2 sets of 1 arm rows.
let's take a look. So, microphone died. Or didn't die. It snapped. There's a little dongle, attaches, broke, snapped in two. So, need to figure out that. Don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll figure it out. For now, I'm more focused on this pump. Fine the frick out. Whew. Do a back lats for me. Whew. Good pump. Yeah, good freaking pump. Alright. Cool. So we'll head out. Didn't do my cardio this morning, so I'll do that back at the room. I'll catch up with you after. Alright. Back, rear delts, some abs. Did a little cheeky calf pump after the pose. But I think I yapped a little bit more during this workout. Yeah, stopped off and got some lunch on the way home. Just finished my cardio. Macros for the day: 152 grams of protein, very close to done. 1,500 calories out of 2,100. 170 grams of carbs out of 180, but I go over on carbs pretty often, which is fine. I go like 20 grams over tonight, most likely. 29 grams of fat out of 69, out of 70. 29 grams of fat out of 70. I've never been this low on fat in my life. Well, we'll see. We will see what happens. Maybe in like an hour, I'll pop like, I got some dark chocolate in the fridge. I'll pop like a square or two. That's like 120 calories. Maybe just one square. Because those are like super high in fat. They're like 5 grams per square, which is good. Low protein, but who cares? And they're only like 5 or 6 grams of carbs. Carbs is really the only thing that I'm kind of worried about. I bought some candy to fill up the rest of the calories for the day. Yeah, I'll probably have... I don't really care about fat. I don't need to get my fat higher. It's fine if you do it once or twice, but multiple days in a row, kind of, it might cause some issues. But it's just once. I don't really foresee it causing any issues. I'll probably just have... I got some protein bars in here. I'll have a protein bar. I got like 600 calories left? 507. Yeah, 600 calories left. So I'll probably have... I'll probably have like a protein bar or some protein chips, something protein related, just to finish off protein. And then I'll have some candy. I got Sour Patch and some Carb Smart ice cream. Just a little bit. I got the bars. They're like 50 calories per bar. They're super, super great. Yeah, those are like my go-tos, honestly, in the middle of the night. When I need, something. But Anyway, about the workout. Depending on how I feel, I found that based on how I feel in the warm-up, I could kind of tell, how I'm going to feel during the actual working sets. Like today I felt really good during the warm-up. And so I was able to kind of push myself pretty hard during pull-downs. But, if you're doing something stupid and you get hurt, shame on you. But if you're doing something where you're totally comfortable, it's a weight you've handled before, you're not in a crazy deficit, something happens, it's the risk of it. But if you want absolute zero risk of not getting injured, don't go to the frickin' gym. Now, I'm not saying that you should try to get yourself injured. That's frickin' stupid. But there is a risk. There's an inherent risk when you walk outside in the morning. There's an inherent risk of that you might slip on some ice. More in my case than yours. I don't know where you live. So you may live in California. There may be no ice, You may live in freaking Florida. There's no ice there. So, I digress. As of late, not really in the last while, maybe 6-ish months, I really haven't pulled anything in my hamstrings or my quads, nothing at all. Every so often I'll tweak my shoulder a little bit, or, I pulled my chest kind of good a while ago, but it wasn't like an actual tear. It wasn't anything weird. But sometimes, in my mind, I'm like, should have gone a little lighter. And there's always signs. There's always a reason why. If you can read the signs and you know how hard you can push it without going past this imaginary line into the danger zone, the freaking danger zone, you want to push yourself hard. You want to train intensely, but not so much you freaking rip your muscle. Like, come on. You got to be doing some stuff pretty bad to do that. The line is not a fine line. It's a hypothetical line, but it's not fine. So, anyway, for the rest of the day, got some food. Oh, man, I love food so much. We're very close to the end of the cut. We're going to finish a weight trend probably at, 166 is what's probably going to happen. I'm losing about 1.1 to 1.2 pounds per week. So 2 more weeks. That'll put me at 166.5. I'm at 170 right now. Weight trend. Because I weighed in today at 169. But just kind of an observation of all aspects of life in a different topic change. There's an equilibrium of wants in your mind. In my mind, I want to eat 5 servings of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I would like how that feels, but I also want to get leaner, in the next 13 days. So if that's kind of difficult for you to balance out, and it's kind of hard for you to kind of put the brakes on your appetite, I don't want to say your desire, but let's say urges, food urges. If you find it hard to fight the urge to eat some sweet treats, man, you're just kind of out of luck. Some people just have a naturally higher metabolism. Well, no, not metabolism. Higher appetite is what I mean. Okay? So if there's one dude and he's just kind of prompted to eat more, and he just feels like he wants to eat more, probably a bit easier for him to get bigger. But for him getting fuel into his body, eating a ton of food, not hard for him at all. Bulking super easy. But for someone else, eating maintenance might just feel like a chore, right? So everybody's different, I think they call it food drive is what I've heard. Yeah, but whatever. That's pretty much it for today. Tomorrow, freaking arms. Excited for that. It's gonna be great. I'll catch in with you guys tomorrow tomorrow morning/noon. We'll see how my day plays out. Around then, though. Good back day.